Hi, friends. How are you? I hope that everyone is well. Welcome to Live Thursday. We are talking about our fourth pillar, and we are talking about fitness today. My name's Nikia. I am your wildflower coach, and we have been talking about my Rooted in Six program, which is my program that really encompasses how to have a whole and harmonious life. And we cover 6 pillars and 6 roots, in which I call it's part of my Rooted in Six program. And the roots are faith, family, finances, fitness, future, and friendships. And this week we are talking about fitness. Speaking of fitness, I happen to be extra sore today. I am working a day shift this week, and I squeezed in I scheduled a workout with a friend, and it was leg day, and didn't pay good attention to my calendar, and ended up doing a Pilates class in the afternoon. So that's double the work to my legs. However, I started some new aminos, and so that really helped with my recovery, and I'm going to take a walk this afternoon to help to reduce some of the lactic acid. So, as I stated previously, or maybe I haven't, if you've heard before, fitness for me is this pillar is more about health, but health didn't work in my F alliteration that I set for this program that's related to my last name. So fitness it is. And for me, fitness is all encompassing, right? So it's not just about going to the gym. It is about my physical health. It is about my eating style. It is about hydration. I spent a lot of time over the years trying to be healthy and trying to get healthy, trying to lose weight, trying to attain a certain physique. And I am still currently trying to attain a certain physique, except for I want to be well-rounded and healthy. And I want to be healthy in the sense that as long as I have to be in this body, I want it to work well for me. I don't want to live taking medications for high blood pressure. I don't want my diet to have me constipated. I don't want to not be able to help myself to the restroom as I age. I have a very young, vibrant family, and I would like to be able to enjoy my time with them. I like to be outside, and so it's important to me to be able to get around and live a very active life. So fitness is about caring for your body. It's about your nutrition. It's about hydration. It's about mindset, and it's about rest. And sleep is definitely something that we don't prioritize as we're young. And it's something that we yearn for as we get older. And so there are things that we have to do to make sure that our health is well. It is about strengthening. It is about making sure you have preventative health care. It is about seeing a mental health professional. It is about hanging out with a lifestyle and wellness coach. It's about finding something to get your body moving that lights you up on a regular basis. Hi, Danielle. Thanks for being here. So for me, I've gone through the gamut of different things that I wanted to do as far as moving my body. I've taken HIIT classes. I've done yoga, which is still a staple of mine. I've tried to be a runner, which I cannot do and do not love. And so I had to really find a way and find an activity that meant that I could be consistent with it, that could be built into my lifestyle. That's the same with the idea of my diet. I've tried all the different diets. I've tried keto, I've tried low carb, I've tried low fat, I've tried all of the things, but I needed something that I could sustain. And so it isn't just what you're doing in the moment. It's also why are you doing it? If I'm only going to care for my body so that I can look great for a wedding, if I'm only going to care for my body so I could look great for a vacation, I'm never going to have optimal health, right? So the goal with this fitness pillar is about optimal health. We definitely will find as we get older that they are recommending that you lift weights to help with bone, to save bone and to increase your calcium to reduce osteoporosis. They're definitely always talking about cardiovascular health and taking a walk. And these are things that were not shared with me when I was younger. Definitely as a little kid, it's like, go outside and play. And that's the activity of it. If you aren't a sports inclined high schooler, what did you do when you were in high school? I sat around and talked with friends. I ate terrible food. Nobody talked to me about what I should be doing health-wise. My father cooked things that were fried. So did my in-laws. I still love McDonald's. And so it needs to be balanced. And that's probably the only ever time that I'm going to call out balance, because life can be harmonious. It's very rarely balanced, but I do think you need to have a balance with your diet and exercise. You need to have a balance with your rest. You need to have a balance with whatever your goals are. And so during our Rooted in 6 coaching program, it's an 8-week program in which we talk about all of these pillars of life, and we help to get you to the optimal side of each pillar. Some of these pillars you're probably doing great in, and you don't need any adjustment, but you can take those thoughts, that thought process, those habits, and move them into another pillar so that each of these things run with harmony. There are going to be times in your life where some things take priority. There are going to be times in your life where your finances are priority, where your family is priority. And in that, I fully feel like fitness is not one that you can let go. It needs to be something that you can maintain. You need to have a general anchor, and it needs to be great for you, not for someone else. I like to try different activities, but that's just me. I work out with some ladies who lift very heavy. I work out with some ladies who are not interested in cardio. Can we go for a walk? Do we like to go for a walk? Absolutely. I also like to spin, and I also like to row. But someone else in our group she likes to run. I'm not running. If I'm running, somebody's chasing me. I've tried it. It's not for me. My back doesn't love it. My husband, who went to school on a track scholarship, was not interested in helping me get my stride together. He felt like he was a mean teacher, and he did not want to damage our marriage, so he didn't help me. But it is about what works for you. Your vision health is important. Your dental health is important. If you have access to healthcare, it's important that you schedule those preventative exams. It's important that after a certain age, we get a colonoscopy, that we have a mammogram, that we have regular labs drawn, that we check to see what our hormones are like, that we pay attention to what our blood pressure looks like, that we pay attention to what our family statistics look like, because it's not just your health in the moment. It is, what were your ancestors' health like? And of course, it was very different, right? They ate very different. They moved very different. Although our ancestors did cook with lard, they also sowed a field with a mule. So they're definitely getting cardiovascular work to help to burn off the lard. What happens when you start cooking with lard and you sit at a desk? Speaking of that, sitting is the second leading cause of health issues, right behind smoking. Sitting is just as bad for you as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. There are a lot of health statistics, and I'm sure currently our country is very much in an uproar on the healthcare side of things. And I won't get into that in this conversation, but I definitely want to make sure that whatever you're deciding about your health, it's something that you can maintain. It becomes anchored and grounded for you. It is a value that is important to you, and that it's something that you can sustain. I think when we talk about health and we talk about fitness, a lot of times we think that it has to be a certain way, or we believe that we need to be in the gym for hours, or that we have to give up everything. And I think sometimes having a different perspective, having the ability to do some research, having the ability and idea and curiosity to try something different. Some people I know say, I can't do yoga, I can't sit still for that long, or I can't concentrate, or I don't meditate. something as simple as taking a 15-minute walk every day and 5 minutes of deep breathing will reset your central nervous system. That can be the beginning of your health journey. I'm never going to tell anyone to start 5 or 6 different health things at a time. I love a good challenge with coworkers or with friends or with family, a good health challenge, but I definitely encourage anyone to try a new habit. Try that habit for 3 weeks, make it a part of your life, and then go from there. For me, I love to work out. I love to lift weights. I like to go for walks. I like to shake things up. I love yoga and I love Pilates. I need ab work to look like it's disguised in something else, but I also have to make it work for my life. I'm a night shifter, so the times that everyone else would be working out, I may be asleep or I may be at work. And so I had to find times that worked for me and my family. So for me, working out seems like going to the gym at 7:30 in the morning if I have a group of friends to go with me, or it looks like I'm going to work out at 4:30 p.m. before I come back for my shift. But it took me a really long time to find my rhythm. I had to figure out whether or not what was important to me, what health looked like for me, and figure out how to make that a part of my life. I couldn't just say that I would go for a hike with a friend at 11 a.m. and be able to commit to that. If I worked the night before, I can't be consistent with that. And if I have to go back to work after working the night before, I can't be consistent with that. My husband was a vegetarian. No, I'm lying. He was a pescatarian for many years. And we tried a vegan diet. We tried a vegetarian diet, and it wasn't for me. It sounded like a great idea, but it was nothing that I could sustain. I've tried keto. That was nothing I could sustain. Again, whatever you decide to do for your health needs to be personal to you. And fitness isn't just about going to the gym. It could be many things, but I definitely would encourage anyone to start with a new habit of drinking 8 glasses of water a day, taking a 15-minute walk, swapping one guilty pleasure for something that's a little healthier. I haven't been eating McDonald's recently. I probably haven't had it much in the last couple of weeks, but that is definitely my emotional support food. And I love a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit after a long night of work and a late delivery. And I don't want to sacrifice them. So what I do is I try to balance it out. If I'm going to have McDonald's for dinner, I try to make sure that my other 2 meals of the day are healthier. I try to make sure that I'm going to have McDonald's for dinner on a day that I have lifted very heavy or had heavy cardio. I'm certainly not going to have McDonald's and not go to the gym for 10 days. Today's a great day to start. October 1st is a great day to start. I hope that if you would like to start a new wellness journey, whatever that may look like, because I prefer the idea of wellness. If you would love to start a wellness journey, I would be happy to support you with whatever that looks like for you. I'd be happy to talk to you about diet choices. I'd be happy to discuss physical activity with you. I'd be happy to talk to you about finding healthcare providers that suit your needs. I'd love to talk to, there are some really great women that I have found as resources that are talking about perimenopause and menopause, and I'd love to send you to their page or send them to some coaching for that. That for sure is another adult activity that we've been bamboozled about. I'm still bitter at the women who have come before me that didn't share how tough this was. Like, everybody talked about hot flashes. Nobody talked about the memory loss or the weight gain or the hair loss or the insomnia. Nobody talked about that. And so I don't know if they knew about it or they just didn't share. I'm side-eyeing them the same way I'm side-eyeing the adults that didn't tell me I was going to have to pay for water as an adult. However, I would like for you to share with me, either during this live or on the replay, what is your favorite way to move your body? I'm always curious how everybody likes to move their body, because maybe it's something new that I would want to try. I'm not trying skating. we're past that. These hips and these knees are not meant for that. Also, what's your favorite meal swap that you've had? I definitely love, I'm currently loving, thanks to my coworker for sharing protein powder and Greek yogurt and a little sugar-free syrup. It's a really great dessert that helps me to get some protein in that is going to help me meet my health and fitness goals. Also, if there's anybody who's in my realm, who's in my groups or is on my page, who've ever tried a peptide journey or does peptides as for weightlifting and for muscle building, please reach out to me. I would love to pick your brain. I'm really curious about this. I currently take medication for my type 2 diabetes, and I would like to see more muscle gains. And so I'm entertaining the idea of starting a peptide journey, but I definitely want to talk to people that I like, know, and trust who may have started a peptide journey and see what they could tell me about it. We only get one body. It's our job to take care of it. It's our job to have things checked out. It's our job to make sure that our vision is checked and monitored. I know that there are a lot of women specifically that don't want to wear a pair of bifocals, but did you know there are bifocal contacts? Who knew? That is a thing. I currently have them. I do not wear them because I don't actually need them. I need it for distance. However, that's an option. And I think talking to people about whatever your health and wellness struggles are, whatever your desires are, and figuring out if there's a way to meet them without doing something extreme is very beneficial. Your body is a vessel, and again, we need to take care of it. We're living longer. I don't want my children to have to push me around or have to help me to the restroom. I really want to be able to get up and around with them as long as possible. And I prefer to be achy from doing 2 accidental leg workouts in one day than to be achy because I haven't moved my body at all. So I hope this live finds you well. I definitely would like to remind you that I am doing seasonal life audits. Hi, Justina. That's okay. Thanks for popping in. I am also doing seasonal life audits. So if you want to go to my bio or if you go to my website, I'd love for you to schedule one of those. Actually, I'm going to put the link in this live here. And if you're not a part of there's one of them. And that is going to be the link to my Facebook group. I would love for you to join me over there. It is definitely a group of women who are supporting each other. And I'm also going to put the link to my seasonal life audit. Please check it out. I'd love to talk to you about what season you're in. I'd love to be able to support you with whatever season that may be. And if you have any tips, if you have any things that you would like to be coached on, that you have questions about, that I have not touched in any of my videos, that you're not seeing in any of my content, if you want to have a private conversation, please reach out to me. I am my desire. Thank you, Justina. My heart's desire is to be of support to women. I don't feel that we should walk these journeys alone. And life is full of transitions. Things are topsy-turvy now. And I want to be a safe space and a nice help to anyone. So I look forward to seeing you guys in my group. I look forward to connecting with you guys over a coffee date. Also check out my website. I have a freebie library that I will be adding some more to in the coming months. And also check out, again, the Facebook page and watch for any upcoming activities or workshops that I'll be doing. I hope that you guys have a great Thursday. Bye, friends.